Bye, Sarah. Bye for real. Couple of weeks. We see you in a couple of weeks. Because after he died, they took his old self, threw her, and threw him on top of her inside the tomb. You marry all those women, that's okay. That's your wife. I could hear my head clink, 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 all the bones falling on her bones. Ew. Just nasty. She was old. He had no teeth. But God still gave him stuff. Woo! I'm going somewhere. I ain't just hiking on old Abraham. Because you know, people, they kin to Abraham. They're not kin, but they want to be. So they take credit for him. So like, she hiking on our father Abraham, right? But it's both Christians and the Muslims, because they both have ownership to him. Why? Because the descendants, right? The descendants tree. That's why you're not supposed to be telling with everybody, right? If you are rolling stone, you better have somebody come up and light that thing and stop you while you are rolling. You better pick up some more sweet tea, because you can end up making a mess, all right? Later on. Rolling, do, rolling, do, rolling on a what? If you can't stop rolling, stick out your teeth. He had no teeth. Okay. The Bible does not say he didn't have any teeth, but I'm going somewhere with this. Because teeth are a mark of beauty, aren't they? Right? I thought about it. I said, God, lithium took my tooth out, and teeth are a mark of beauty, and I am a woman. But I said, this year, I'm not going to be ashamed to smile at myself. This year, I'm not going to be ashamed to look in the mirror. I got my dance back, right? I praise dance in the morning, right? Because I love giving God praise in different ways. Don't be jealous. I'm just talented. Hallelujah. Ask God what you got, and he will show you. One of my biggest gifts is praise, right? I can't sing, so he gave me a dance in my feet. And what people like about when I go to Zumba is that, right, my mouth matches the happiness I have in my feet. I've had people come on Facebook and tell me how they've been touched by me in Zumba. Even Sandra did the same thing, right? And here's the thing, she's my teacher, and here's the thing, she doesn't play Christian music, but when it came in, you come into pool early, or you're working out and the music stopped, you know what you hear? Good morning, Jesus, how do you do? And water carries. That's why I do it. Lord, I thank you. No, that ain't gonna work. You can't reach nobody with that voice. I'm saying like Whoopi did it. I sing, right? Because on Monday mornings, right, John stands at the end of the shallow pool, and it's not the shallow, but it's the cold water. It's what would be shallow if it was. And Sandra is at the deep end, right? So I sing, right? I'm standing and leaning and doing cobra stretches, right? And I still got my cobra, y'all. I still lift both my feet behind my head. Yes, you don't lose that. But I sing to Sandra. I speak to Jesus, right? I do my poetry. Literally, I speak to them. Oh, that's all right. Okay, I got to yell. They can't hear me. They walk around here. They used to walk around, even in my church, and give the mic to people. They was like, no, always come to me. Oh, no, you don't need no mic. Excuse me, you don't need no mic. They were right. I don't like Michael anyway. I call him Michael because when you sing, they always want you to get in the mic. I can't sing. Why you gonna put me in the mic, Sean? Why you trying to embarrass me, Sean? He was the organist slash keyboardist slash drum. Come on, everybody wore 7 hats. Why you gotta put me in the mic, Sean? Why you trying to embarrass me, Sean? Why you trying to do stuff, Sean? I got to hear and receive the praise. And whether I have all my teeth doing it or not, God knew. Won't take that tooth away. She don't need that anyway. And it's because I'm doing the right thing that I'm missing my tooth. I'm trying to save up money to get another tooth. It's because I'm doing the right thing. Melissa said, Jamie, I'm surprised all your teeth haven't fallen out. Lithium takes your teeth out and messes with your calcium. And check this out, it also messes with your pituitary gland. Your hormones. Well, that's why you have to stay balanced, because the medicine is meant to balance your hormones out, but it messes with your pituitary glands, which is a hormone. Hallelujah, God. So listen to this. I give you praise. Oh my God. You are good. You are good. You are good. You are fabulous. Oh, Kirk said my last was fabulous, but you are just, I mean, look, you are just excellent. You're fabulous. I know y'all get up and you're blinking. You got your crown and everything. Y'all just look, y'all all the time. Y'all beautiful. But I don't even have to see you in the natural eye. I see you in the spiritual walk. The spiritual walk. I choose not to see this world about how I want to see you, God. And I know you look wonderful because you're a wonderful counselor. Jesus, you look mighty because you're a mighty God. Holy Spirit, you look like John the Baptist. But in the commercial, he looked nice. I told you, I was like, the odd thing is, the Holy Spirit feels and looks like John the Baptist to me. John the Baptist and Elijah, between the two. You look like you just told me a month or two ago that my new mercies was going to be mountains. That's what you said to me. You look like the Holy Spirit that said that. You look. Still pretty though. You look. When's the last time you told him he was pretty? When the last time you told him, oh, I can't wait to rest my eyes on you? When the last time you told him, you gave me beauty for ashes? But if I have to, I'll take the ashes back. Just gaze at your beauty. Beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. I don't have a dance, God, but I will dance for you. The Sandra taught me, I took classes with her for 5 years. I'm going back, obviously, but Sandra taught me every Spanish dance there is, that she wanted me to dance in Maryland Theater on stage with her troupe. I was like, I don't know if I can do it. But I know Spanish dance, so I just incorporate that into my praise dance that I learned back in Jersey. Everything that you learn, everything that you get, I don't care if you're a botanist, you better go outside and lick a tree for Jesus. Everything, you got something, you got something you can give God, but you may have splinters in some of those feet. I'll cover it with like plastic or something, rubber. Cover your tongue with rubber. You'll be all right. Lick a tree. This is how my grab a soul. I'll grab a soul and you lick a tree and we'll meet at the terebinth tree. Hallelujah. Abraham will be there, and when he gets there, he won't have no teeth. It'll be all right. Oh, let's meet tonight. After I grab a soul and you lick a tree. Let's meet at the terebinth tree and meet Jesus. Because that's where Abraham met Jesus. If you really want to meet Jesus like Abraham did, get to the terebinth tree. Hallelujah. Oh, instead of worshiping Abraham, do what he did. Instead of worshiping Abraham, follow the leader, follow the example. Your leader, you're the pastor that will tell you to do, but follow the example. Got with God, and every time God told him to do something, right, the other nations were picking up other gods, right? He left his nation behind and didn't pick up any more gods. And any more of their ways, he did not walk in them. Right? Selah. It's always funny to talk about something, or talk about in the Word. Talk about something in the Word for a second day. Because what God shows me is that, Jamie, wow, because the thing is, you never say the same things. Ever. It's like a totally different person talking about it. And I talked about this exact passage. These exact scriptures too. I'll go out of it. God said, no, these scriptures. I said, okay, not me. It's your block. It's your block. I gotta block my head. This your blog. I gotta block in my head. I don't know what I'm doing. You tell me to talk about it, I'm talking about it. You finished it, so I'm talking about it. God said, get rid of the teething ring. I see grown people in the church. And then God's showing me my church, so I know it's a church. so that I know it's a church, right? A church situation. But I see grown people in the church sucking their thumb, and I see the thumb moving back and forth, which is totally disgusting. I see people with pacifiers, but not regular pacifiers that are cute now, with the rubber old fake Faygo pacifiers, which means what God is showing me with the old fake Faygo brown pacifiers, that you went back, you went back, you went back, you went back, and got your old nasty, dirty, and nasty, broke down pacifier that your mama threw it away. You went back in the garbage, dug it out, and started sucking on it. What's wrong with you? Put that mess down. God says you're not even drinking milk. You are sucking on the past, and you will die. And your teeth, not only will your teeth rot, but you're going to die because you're not even getting food. Abraham, he didn't do that, right? Abraham said, put your hand on my fire. And I thought about this. I said, when did he? I said, God brought it to my, God allows certain words and certain things to stand out to me when I'm reading, right? And I don't always get it right? But the one thing I ask about this, because I like to ask questions and not make statements, right? Because we got patience, Abraham. He's patient. I hurt my hand just now. I smack the wall really hard. I get excited sometimes when I'm doing this thing. I forget about my limbs. I forget that I got actual human limbs. So I slap the wall like I'm high-fiving Jesus is the problem. So, give respect to the wall. I was like, ooh, right, okay. Patience. Who's our patient? Abraham. Not you, Abraham. Because everybody, if we fix the situation and understand the situation with Abraham, not fix the situation, but fix it in for ourselves, fix it so that we get an understanding of what went wrong, we will not make the same mistakes, right? Because Abraham did not have a Bible to read. Abraham was the Bible. We are reading Abraham. So it's called Genesis, because the subtitle could be called The Life of Abraham, or what came of Abraham. Patient Abraham. Invitation, we don't know who made an invitation. Because he extended the invitation to his man to come put your hand up underneath his thigh. To this old man. No, excuse me, son, excuse me. Keep it holy. No. What you need his hand under your thigh for? To check your blood pressure? Because you about to die? You about to give up the ghost? No. Where did Abraham get that practice? Because I brought it up a couple of minutes ago. God called Abraham a friend. And Abraham obviously called God, but he called him Lord mostly, right? But when he called out to him for Lot, he said, Lord, take care of Lot. I could hear it when I was reading it. Lord, take care of Lot, right? So Abraham called God Lord, right? And even Sarah called Abraham Lord, right? But God reached back, reach back to me, Jesus. You got a name for me, Jesus. Reach back to us, Jesus. Give us a name and call us that, right? Abraham may have called God Lord, and Sarah may have called Abraham Lord, right? But there's certain a break in the relationship when you use that word, isn't there? Because the break is actually caused by the respect factor. The break is actually caused by the respect factor and mended, right, by the fact that I now worship this person. This person just isn't there to put a pacifier in my mouth to shut me up if I'm crying too loud. So Abraham called him Lord, and Sarah called Abraham Lord, because you know there's plenty of times where Abraham put a pacifier in her mouth and said, shut up. You the one that brought her to me and told me to do it. What's wrong with you, Sarah? Get out of here. But God looked back and said, Abraham, I call you friend. Right? So it's getting iffy now. What friend and Lord situation have you ever seen where one of them is putting their hand on somebody else's thigh? I don't know. I wouldn't let you put your hand on my thigh if I had a two-piece with a biscuit, thigh, and drumstick. And I like that. And I wouldn't let you do that. Pastor Tim, he said, because my last day being on Jonathan Street, he said, you want me to go get you some lunch? I was like, no. You're my servant. What are you doing? You're my pastor. I keep telling him. He'll listen. I have to keep reminding him. You don't work for me. He's like, Jamie, it's your last day here. I want to get you something nice. Do you want any food? So I thought about the closest place. Roy Rogers. I said, yes, Roy Rogers. Reminded me of days with grandma, chicken and biscuit, right? So I said, okay, 2 pieces of drumstick and thigh with 1 biscuit. So we're not going to talk about the fact that Pastor Tim came back with a shopping bag of chicken. So big, that bag was so big. And it had thighs in it. I don't eat thighs. I'm sorry, it had breastises in it. I don't eat breastises. Excuse me, pectorials. I don't know. That's rude. The word just seemed rude. So it had those in them too. The box had wings. I don't eat wings. I eat drumstick and a thigh. But Pastor Tim's so nice, so you can bring back everything. Because I think you were just looking, I was sick. And plus, I didn't know it. My foot was actually broken. So I was like, I didn't know. I'm trying to not limp in front of them, but I got to get around the house to actually look like, or try to do things, because everybody was moving so fast. They were Jess and Miss Amy, right? They were doing things so fast. They looked like they were trying to outdo me. So I was like, y'all not going to get all the credit. You're not going to get all the credit. I'm moving fast too. I'm moving fast too, Al. But I could think about it. I could think about moving fast. I could think about it. But even in that one, Pastor Tim brought back that chicken. He didn't come in the door. He brought the bag in the door and himself in the door. But he didn't come in the door with his hand inside the box, because he put his hand underneath one of the thighs and was warming his hand. He didn't do that. He didn't have his hand under the thigh. So what in the world was Abraham talking about? Now I didn't research this. But you can if you like. Because I didn't research this. I'll be honest about it. Because where else would Abraham get that mess from? He had to get it from Ur. Anytime you live in and you go back to Ur, you always bring back practices with yourself, right? To bring back practices. Things will stick on you. I anoint my house if I'm unsure about you and you leave. Pastor David and Pastor Tim left, and I was like, oh, they need to anoint them because my house ain't holding enough for them. They need to anoint their heads. That's what Miss Amy said, can I move your oil to your kitchen? I was like, sure. She moved us to the kitchen. I brought it. I picked it up and brought it right back where it was to the table. Literally, just like that. That fast. I could be mean. I know. Because of my oil from my house. And I start anointing my house from that level, from that place. Keep oil, right? In your house. And it ain't, Crisco. No, I don't use Crisco. Crisco is too greasy. You grab the doors in your hands. Oh, it slips. I don't like that. I don't like that. So it's a nice oil. It's olive oil, right? It's a nice oil. For me, mentally, right? I should have told them, make sure you anoint your head when you get home. And she was hanging out with Jamie. And anoint your car, because I was in your back seat. Oh Lord, this has been rough, but I need to get it out of me. Oh God, because your hand is under my thigh, and I don't like it. Wait, your hand is under my thigh, and I asked for it. Except when they say you ask for it, you know how people say you ask for it, right? I mean, literally, men do things to women. I know, right? And they will say to you, you asked for this. You're the reason why I'm doing this to you. You asked for this, right? But my mother would always say to me all the time, Jamie, you asked for this. You asked to be beat when you came home and then immediately washed the dishes in the sink. They're still in the sink. You asked to get beat while you're washing dishes. You asked for this. He called the servant to him, and the oldest servant, and he said to him, he said, promise me that you will not get a wife for my son amongst these people. Now, a wife is such an important thing because you are pairing up with somebody that will be one with you. When I see my pastor and his wife is not with him, or I know his wife is not in the building, like if she was not in my house, it made me feel weird. It makes me feel weird because I know she and he are one, whether you want to be or not. When I look at you, that's what I see. When I saw Pastor Tim here with that white hoodie on, I thought to myself, Miss Karen, well, you know Miss Karen when I let you wear that outside. Where is Miss Karen? So, that's what I thought. I think when I see my pastors, they're so precious to me. They're so precious. They're so cute. So I always said about gotta put them together with their mates. Be with your mate. I see Pastor Trent without Miss Katie. I don't like it. I don't like it. It made me itch. Where is your mate? But Abraham's mate was dead. So what felt right for him, what felt right for the people around them, right, to see, right, what felt right for them, because the Bible talks about when Abraham died and how there was mourning by everybody around them, So they had to know Abraham had a wife, and they had to know when she died. They had to mourn her, because they talk about it. It's like they mourn Rachel, and then they mourn Leah, and they mourn Jacob. Right? They talk about it, and they know you are gone. They mourn you, right? They mourn you losing your mate. wait. But here's the thing. He said, put your hand under my thigh. And I said, what is he expecting them to do? He said, promise me that you will not get a wife for my son around here. Promise me that you will go back. I'm going to stop there. First of all, you will not get a wife for my son around here, right? We talked about it's not meat for me to take children's bread and cast it to the dogs. Lady, right? The Syrophoenician, right? Who turns out to be a Canaanite, who turns out to be, right? Talking, because Jesus would be an Israelite, and this woman is a Canaanite, right? So if you go back, rewind, right? Rewind, right? And I'm not going to need to make that sound. I don't need to make that sound, right? And I did better the first time. Anyway, so Jesus is Israelite and this woman's Canaanite, right? So her descendants probably, not her descendants, her ancestors probably would have been the people that was living around Abraham. And Jesus' ancestor doesn't exist. But for our purposes, his natural ancestor would be Abraham. On Mary's side, 17,000 times removed. It's almost like we're having the same conversation. Israelites versus Canaanites. Israelites versus Canaanites. Go. Right? Same conversation, different situation. She came asking for meat. Abraham's sitting in his tent and said, do not give any of these people my meat. This is my son. He's my meat. Right? Do not give him my meat. Crazy. But wait. I got one better for you. Promise me. See, you got to do it right now because your hand is under my thigh. Don't move your hand. Promise me. Promise me you will go back to the attack. Promise me. My God. I'm a hack. Go back to the attack. Promise me. God said, leave your country and your family. When he recruited Abraham, didn't he? He recruited him for the job of being the father of many nations. Recruited him. The odd thing was, I think that Abraham thought that he was supposed to be the father of many nations horizontally. Wait, I'm not saying that way. He saw it horizontally, where he would have kid, all through, they would all be sisters and brothers, and he would be the father of many nations that way, horizontally, through being the father of all these kids. But I don't think that was the case. He's supposed to be the father of many nations through Isaac, because Isaac was God was pulling nations from Esau and Jacob. We don't know how many kids actually Esau had, but he had many wives of the daughters of Cain, right? So he married over and over again, but he had a great life. He had, he's had his old people, he was doing his thing. So he's happy. But the thing is, God was opening up a generational thing through Jacob, and the 12 sons would be the 12 tribes, would be the 12 nations, would be the 12 generations. We don't always know. God was going vertical. He's going in one straight line, right? Down Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, right? Whether you think that I'm going to do it the way that you want me to do it, I'm not doing that way. Take your hand from beneath the star. Here's the thing. Whether he had went back to Canaan, you made more trouble for yourself by going back, by sending him back. Because God told him, he said, when he came over, he said, leave your father's house and get away from your country. He said, leave your family and your country. He just said, he left. He said, leave your family and your country. So Abraham did it. Except I brought Lot. How many of us lives on the except us? Except I just do this one thing. Except I just do this one thing. Okay, I did all the homework. Pastor David, I did all the homework except I didn't do the scripture.